Well, ladies and gentlemen, we can all cue OD to join now because Bebop and Rocksteady have finally arrived! Oh, this was so good. I think the main selling point of this episode is that we finally get more or less Bebop and Rocksteady. That was the main selling point of this episode. Was, hey, guess who's here? Oh yeah, Karai's also back. Feel honored. Yeah. So, this was a really good show. This was a really good episode. It's more or less everyone, and I mean everyone, after Karai. We have the turtles looking for her. We have Zek and Steranko looking for her. We have we have the Foot Clan looking for her. Everybody look for her. Everyone here is pretty much, all after Karai for several reasons. Now, here's one thing I was surprised at, that Steranko and Zek are working together and being all buddy-buddy with one another. I mean, yeah, it's the apocalypse, so the last time the last time we saw them, it looked like, Anton was going to get his head blown off by Steranko for failing to steal the Koro Kabuto, Shredder's helmet. So, I'm surprised they were being... But then again, the apocalypse and all that, not wanting to be mutated. Yeah, I can see why they'd be friends again. And also, it's kind of weird because they kind of throw out for no reason, they throw out that Shredder and Steranko knew each other. Like, they'd known each other for 10 years. I'm like, why wasn't this brought up in the episode, in their first appearance, Why wasn't this brought up the first time around? So, This also had some really cool stuff of, more or less the turtles want to save Karai because that's their sister. Technically. Leo, on the other hand, I don't know if that would count for Leo as well. But yeah, even Mikey says, "Look, it's your brother. Hey, look at me." And they even bring up I love how they, Donnie and Raph bring up the obvious of, what are we going to do with her when we bring her back? Because Karai, the longer she's been mutated, the more she's becoming more primal. And also, I love how when she wants to change, she changes back and forth from her human form to her snake form. It kind of reminds me of Noble Savage from Beast Machines. That's what it kind of reminds. Even the transformation itself reminds me of Noble Savage. Yeah, also, what else? Here's the big question, because obviously at the end of this episode we get Bebop and Rocksteady. So, here's my big question, and this revolves around, Rahzar and Fishface. What are we going to do with Rahzar and Fishface? Because now that we have Bebop and Rocksteady, what's the point of having those two? Because let's face it, they were the diet Bebop and Rocksteady. They were the two that were more or less. They were more or less the guys that, like, you just wanted Bebop and Rocksteady, and just, okay, why do we need you? Why do we need you two around? Now that we have the real thing, they're kind of pointless. I mean, yeah, they could be still part of the Shredder's mutant army, or mutant group, but I don't know. It's just like, you don't need them. And this episode even kind of proves these guys can't work together, nor can they, do anything friggin' right. Then again, I did kind of think, well, since, Bebop and, Zek and Steranko became Bebop and Rocksteady by force, maybe they won't be working for Shredder. Maybe they'll do their own thing. Maybe there'll be another faction in this, all-out war. So, kind of, that'd be interesting, but I don't think it'll be like that. I think they'll be forced to work with, they'll be forced to work for, Shredder. But anyway, I do kind of like these new personalities for, obviously, Bebop and Rocksteady. One being, Anton Zek's personality was that whole hip-hop Michael Jackson kind of vibe. I also love the 1987 reference they threw out. Oh, that was a really clever reference right there. 1987. Oh yeah, Turtles. So that was a really sweet little reference. And I'm kind of curious how his whole invisibility power and his, that laser mohawk thing he has on the top of his head is going to work now that he's mutated and his suit has become like part of his body. We also have Storenko, who's become Rocksteady, and it looks like the spikes are literally in his arms, so really interested about how that's going to go down. Now, for also, let's talk a little bit about Karai. She brings up to Leonardo during this huge battle between Storenko, Shredder, Razar, Fishface, and the Turtles, which, by the way, the Turtles managed to have a little more luck against the Shredder. Preferably Leo. I mean, yeah, they still get beaten around, but it wasn't like they weren't getting, beaten to death the first time around. They could actually get a few hits in on Shredder, and he was actually a little surprised by that. So, that was really cool to see. But yeah, getting back to Karai, she says to Leo, she says comet and points to the city. So is there a comet coming, or because I've never been to New York, people. You have to understand this. I've never been to New York. So is there a place in the city called with Comet in it, or something? Or are we supposed to wait for Comet Komori to come blow us up along with Broly? There's my obligatory Dragon Ball Z reference that didn't need to be said. Anyway, so but I don't know, are we going to get more new episodes? Because I didn't see any, next week, next episode, stay tuned. I didn't see that, so are we going to get on another friggin' hiatus? Come on, Nickelodeon, this is probably your best-rated show. Come on. God damn it. Show more episodes. Your movie failed horribly. This is the only good thing on Nickelodeon now that Korra's gone. Anyway, so you guys tell me, what do you guys think of this episode? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? What do you think of Bebop and Rocksteady finally being in the show? And what do you think next for Karai, by the way? Do you think it's going, do you think she's going to go back to Shredder? Is she going to join the Turtles? Or is she just going to get, is it too far gone for her? Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.